Hi, Poets Attack. This is EDIE Roberts coming at you from isolation. Yay. Sad I couldn't be there with you in Indianapolis. Thanks for checking in here. Thanks to Alicia for asking me to do this either way. That's really grand. Um, yeah, so before we get going, big cheers as we would perhaps in real time, and kisses to you. Please, someday, share one with me if we ever are able ever again to share spit and hugs and life. Ding. Okay, speaking of which, this first piece is called, is the title of a small collection that I should have finished by maybe the end of the week, so yay to quarantine, called Ain't Life Grand. Ain't life grand. Today, I watched a cat die. Try to find a comfortable spot to retch and foam, convulse, then quit. We put the body in a gray blanket, dug a hole and filled it in with our hands. It took me hours to cry. If I were a bird, I would sit where I couldn't be reached and laugh at people burying their dead cats with their sad hands. If I were a dead cat, I'd be happy. I'm trying to think of an America that isn't scary. And I can't. I used to think the world was fucked all over. But then I went to Iceland. And my friends there were having babies. And I was envious of the babies. I am not envious of babies or people who have babies in America. Sometimes babies in Iceland are left sleeping in a carriage outside of a cafe while the parent heads in to meet with friends for lunch. No one fucks with the babies. Babies in America cannot be left sleeping in a carriage outside of a cafe, but this is the least of their worries. Most babies in America are consuming glyphosate daily. Most babies in America are underinsured. Most babies in America are sentimental. Most people in America don't really give a shit about babies. If people in America really gave a shit about babies, they probably wouldn't have them. Because they don't have shit to give them. Except a mess so big. But the people who are already inside of America can't do anything but ignore it. Okay, now I'm going to read things off of a page. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks again for hanging. One more. Ching. Any Greyhound Station bathroom as analog for America. For the first time in generations, our life expectancy is falling. There is shit on the walls, and in our hearts the president mocks a fat man who turns out a big fan. I am endeared to every person in here, watching each other settle into wire seats that would be benches if designed without separation, waiting for the long drive to wherever. The Amazon is burning for beef and for lumber, and Greenland is fucked, but not for sale. And people are happy to be saved by their babies, giggling, not knowing any different. There is a whirring sound that cuts off a conversation I'm having with an older Canadian woman who seems to think thinking good thoughts and having hope about the future is all that we can do. We are talking about Detroit, about what getting better means, about the plains and what it takes to appreciate them. We are talking about Florida preserving land and how that won't stop the Gulf from dying. We are talking about what millennials do for work. Too many things, I say. I am sorry to be so I am going to the doctor in America. I am on the phone, wondering what touch will feel like from a nurse practitioner who will meet with me before I can access the white coat and quick throat, eyes up, eyes down, clicking a pen. Touch, like a sterile mother who can't assure you of anything except this will be a little cold, this can be uncomfortable. My friend, who I love in a dear and tender way, tells me they will marry me and bring me to Canada if I have cancer. I think I will probably just die in America, like it was meant to be. And the sky will weep with no feeling, and the sky will cry because it has to. There is no fixing. My front tooth is chipping away. And I'm sure that means something is wrong inside of me, manifesting itself where my tongue can trace it. It takes more than guts to ask for help in America. It takes a sense of worthwhile that needs constant attention. I'm laughing about midlife, like I'm sure that has come and gone by, anxiety surfing the whole time. When the singer asked what we thought at age 25, I thought, my father died at 49. I thought, it's hard to think beyond that, Rosalie. I make jokes about my body in mutiny, my mind like, whatever. A few more. 2 more, actually. My mama made me. Wrinkles from smiling. The lover dies. Support dies suddenly and nothing to catch. Big empty farmhouse with vomiting cats and rooms too big to clear out. Move out. Move on when the gas bill makes the world a single room with a little space heater trying to warm you. Wrinkles from smiling, saying, it will all work out. I will figure it out. Sleep so deep. Sleep and sleep and dream of nothing. The morning creeps up and out, and Shirley at the deli counter is angry. Angry that you are getting more hours, like I have seniority. Like you didn't want to cook the fucking chicken, Shirley. I'm only here because I'm not above anything. Smiling like a wrinkle. Like a wrinkle put you back where you came from, proud, like the poor girl from the camper van, new school every few months. Little head held, little heart thumping, big brave smile, and still. And still. Till we land some real estate in the stars, where no one works for pennies and gets chased by debt companies, where cigarettes taste like harm again, and there is good and plenty for each. Dream of nothing. Like beauty is. A smile kept from showing what it knows. Actually, I'm going to do one here, whatever. If we were in face-to-face, we would be talking, I don't know, whatever. Hi, where are you now? Are you fan? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? What are we feeling? What's going on right now? Okay, cool. So just one more. This is from a piece called, or it's from a little chap that Chelsea Tadieski and I put together called Doom Duet. Mostly it was Chelsea's, actually. This is not what the cover is going to look like, but anyhow, so you can find this at the Pity Milk Press website, and the proceeds for this book will go to efforts to help the crisis happening right now. So whether that's like supporting people who are out of work, or it's for PPE stuff, or like people on the front lines, or whatever. So anyhow, yeah, we're in a weird moment, and I hope y'all are trying to imagine what it looks like post-capitalism, because this is the moment to really take stock of where we're at, what's going on, and so on and so forth, and imagine a different world, and demanding a fucking different world, because we are the goddamn whatever. We own this fucking thing. Anyhow. This piece in here, in the Doom Duet, is called "I'm Dealing with a Fucking Global Crisis." I have a lot of practice worrying. Made myself waste many days wondering what I could be doing. I should have endurance for slowness like imposed. But I'm worried about my friends who can't not be around their friends. I'm worried about how long we can each hold our breath without arms to release ourselves into, without doors that open and invite us in. So much noise on the rags about absolutely no contact. The worst is yet to come. Do not touch anything. 12 weeks isolation if you're asthmatic or you're dead, and my mother is still smoking and going to work to stock shelves for panic buyers. The sad needs an elbow. Pumping fire for wanting more of, maybe see the death of whole sectors, like when we shut it down for everyday people, we can guillotine the insurance industry with no feeling. I am in a long line and wondering when we will touch again without hesitation. There is a thread of wishful thinking, like the virus has made the water clearer, and the air is cleaner, and the cars are not moving, and the aeroplanes are grounded, as if this doesn't come at a cost for everyday people. Everyday people who are not the problem in the first place, as if this doesn't make for a disregard for the suffering of everyday people who are not the problem, as if we still can't visualize the cause of the filth and the cause of the suffering as consolidated into a short list of names and addresses and stock portfolios swiftly liquidated before the market flopped. Yes, and everyday people are the economy, and manifesting scarcity because security is a pipe dream, a pie in the sky full of pins and razors. Empty shelves are shocking. Empty shelves are shocking. Empty shelves are telling us a story about how we feel. There is no way to save yourself without guns and money, toilet paper towers in America. There is no way to save yourself without stepping on the throats of others. So stay away from one another. Stay away from one another. Think of your grandmother. Think of your mother, my mother, stocking shelves and happy about the overtime. In America, no way to protect yourself. Lucky to have work at all. Sign taped to the automatic door reads, "Please maintain at least 6-foot distance from our employees on the sales floor." Stay aware of one another. Stay aware of one another. Suspicious of where your body has been. Suspicious and asking how cautious you've been. Suspicious of who is let inside. Suspicious of who else has been near you. Chalk on the sidewalk reads, "Staying apart so we can come together." But it's hard to see how suspicion won't carry on beyond the end of this ever-moving fear of. Before we were already afraid of bodies, where they have been, what they harbor in the dark wetness of them, already suspicious of exchange and intent, and who let who in last, already wanted to know where you have been, where you are from, what are you doing here? I want to imagine there is some hard return to interaction flourished greater than before. When I can hold you again, stranger, lover, friend, and tingle of it will extend like wings are weapons. Like lungs are zeppelins, and the sky moves with us to new orientation of now is the time to demand. Now is the time to demand our embrace without fear of what is lurking in one another. There is only more of each. In one another, there is more than we need, and enough to halt the grinding wheels of. More than we need to retool the soul of. More than we need to upend. So thanks, Poets Tech. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, everybody else. So I have a bunch of books online if you want to take a peek over there. It's at edieroberts.wordpress.com, or you can go to bathmatics.wordpress.com, or you can go to pitymilk.wordpress.com, where Chelsea and I make a bunch of books together. Chelsea Tadieski also has a bunch of books that are really rad they've been working on. Yeah, so yep, thanks a lot. Sorry, this is kind of like a bleak landscape behind me. It really is like a much cuter room. It's a cute little studio. Look at guillotines and printers and all kinds of fun shit and little fucking posters that tell you to give it a second. Pretend it isn't happening. Anyways, thanks a bunch, and whatever is good for the future, make it real. Love you. Kiss me someday.